Creating a live video. Let's see what we're doing today. Let's see what we're doing today. Y'all already know what it is. You already know what we're gonna be doing today. You already know how everything works. I have not been streaming, been busy. Let me turn off this other computer I'm running on, because then what'll happen is I'll start working on two different computers but not responding. Enter. So right now, of course, I did want it running by January the 1st with 13 days past the deadline. Um, been finishing up some customer work. Just a little bit of knick-knack here, there, here, there, here, there. But I ain't been doing much of nothing. As usual. We gets no sleep. I think my hat was on wrong when I took my. Anyways, this is what it is. It is what it is. So let's just chill and see what we can get done. Um, I made a pretty decent sale and put it into tokens, so we don't have to worry about tokens for a while. Still don't want to just overkill it. Um, y'all already know I gotta click in and out, in and out. Take this one, go into the virtual environment, access the key. Da 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 da. We got the key off the screen. Come on back. Yeah, just trying to figure out how to do the whole streaming thing properly. At least a little bit cleaner. Before we had a bunch of videos with really not much content. All right, so we on, and I gotta remember because I'm on a different computer now. Delete all of that. Okay. Sitting on the couch. We're finna put all this stuff into I'm finna put all of this into 1 second. I know I keep saying the same thing. Into Google Gemini. We need to make sure that we only send in what's necessary. We don't need no DBs. We don't need a lot of this. A lot of this stuff. That's a lot of, And from here, everything should be straight. Don't want none of that. We'll push it all the way to here. We don't want bin. We don't want build. We might as well bring them in. Don't want the pipeline. Don't need images. Let it have the logs. We don't need that. Those are just images and stuff. SSL. We don't need this. Definitely don't need that. Don't need that. This. These dot files. Unnecessary. It's just a bunch of scripts. Don't need that. Don't need that. Man, there's so much stuff to read. I need to make the text like 8,000 so I can see clear. All right, so all this stuff we're gonna download to the directory over here. Just want to make sure we're not putting none of this massive stuff in here. Like this, those. It'll make it to where Gemini won't take it. So, I'm gonna hop on to Google Gemini. Y'all already know if the baby wakes up, I gotta go. I got two people that want to do something, but I haven't actually made no contact with them, or we don't have no such thing where I know for sure what they talking about. Because a lot of times I'll be on the phone with people and they never come to the conclusion of what they want to do. And then we sit there for days talking about one thing. So, uh, yeah. Actually, let me show you all this one tool I made. What was it called? Well, no, that was a personalized tool. I ain't gonna install that. I'll show you anyways. So dot gummyhost.com/setup.php. So with everything that's built, it comes with an installation wizard. I kind of always like that about WordPress. So import the code. We gotta load all these up. Clajama local. Double check that it was in desktop Clajama load. It's still doing something. Oh, it got the virtual environment. Stop all. Stop. We didn't want no Clajama Vim. Definitely don't want that in there. Yeah, definitely don't want that in there. Yeah, so what we'll do is stop and remove all of these. Move all. Yeah. Definitely want to make sure, because after a while, Google will say, oh, it's too big. They'll start acting stupid. All right, so this is my personal way of dealing with Google Gemini. Can you actually? I did that wrong. Let me go into the gems. I already created a gem that tells it exactly how to respond, exactly how to do it the way I want it done. Hoping that's it. The very first thing we need from you is to identify what do I want done at first? Identify why a user can't actually what we need from you is to identify why if we put this program onto a server that it does not utilize its abilities to ensure itself is running optimally. Please don't take this the wrong way. I don't fully trust what you say and would like to determine if you can maintain a proper direction in helping. Now, one thing that kind of gets me is Apple said, and you know it takes a minute for this. This is some news. Apple says that Google's model is the best base point for theirs. I can't remember word for word. Yes, Apple has stated that Google's A technology provides the most capable foundation for Apple Foundation models. This is part of a joint statement announcing a multi-year collaboration between the two companies. So Apple and Google are going to work together. Apple chose Google's technology after careful evaluation. Apple believes it offers the best foundation for their models and will enable innovative user experiences. Obviously, privacy standard will use on-device processing and private cloud compute to protect user data. So I'm assuming that, and I want to ask this: do modern Apple devices utilize non-local compute engines to provide the user experience? Yes. So that's what I just got out of that. Because when they said that it's, I forgot specific. Let's go specifically. When they said this part right here, private cloud compute to protect user data, to me that sounds like there's I would assume it's our iCloud devices. And through that iCloud connection, some things get offloaded, obviously the photos, the app data. But to know that they're doing processing on the back end on your behalf would be almost a specific signal is sent in whatever format that it knows to respond. The processing is done off site, so it's not done on the device, it's done obviously on the internet. And then the answer is shot back to the device. So that's actually pretty interesting. Um, let's see what internal services or processes other than cloud storage do modern Apple devices process in the cloud to take weight off the device? Authentication is done in the cloud. Do some local burner features like find my home kit, CarPlay. What and data consistent across? All right, good. So that's good to know. Back to files. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and take this specific gem that was already created, knows exactly how to respond. Like, oh, yes, sure, I could just clickety clickety. But sometimes, no files match. Oh, yes. Please keep in mind moving forward. You only use /add once prior to the listing of the files, and also remove so that way I don't have to keep typing this in. All right, so that way we can just, yes, this is very lazy programming. I know, I believe you. Now what we're gonna do is we want to take this. We don't need it to rebuild the wheel. Replace all. Takes it out of there. Copy. Drop it back in there. And let it go. Let's see if they don't text me back about their issues. I'm not pursuing them. I gotta get off that computer right there. We're gonna start crisscrossing me working over here where it can be seen. All right. Good. Let's organize issues into depth. So from start to users desire complete, to identify where problems exist working out. Hang on 1 second. Hang on 1 second. Hold on. All right, so how long have we been recording this? 14 minutes. All right, so we got a good bit of history of what's going on. Let's look at what's happening with Clajama. Currently, you cannot log in. All of this is true. Wanted to make sure all of this is true. Some parts need to be linked in. So these specific numbers are not true. As you can see, this would have been 10 minutes ago, or at least 14 minutes ago from the time that we did this. All these things need to be linked up. Someone did ask me a while ago about like a Discord or a community, something like that. I don't get on that type of stuff because most of the time I'm going to be here. I'm going to be here working on this project. So none of this is true. I am going to go ahead and set that up. I'm going to try to, well, not even try to. Let's go ahead and actually look at it. Discord bots and data retrieval via Python 3. So if let's see, set a bot, well, you get a token, set up your bot, install the libraries, connect your bot, use your bot token on Discord Pi to connect to Discord. Use your JSON web. And so what we'll do that as a side project real quick. And good, let's organize. So it detected more issues within the back and only it completely knows the front end interface and the system orchestrator. So we're just going to pretty much anything that they say, we have a copy of everything we have. So there's nothing we can lose. I am going over this pretty quickly. Let's use Claude. I really like Claude. Let's see. Yeah. All right, Claude. If we were going to start a Discord server, but I personally will not be interacting with it. How can I use the API to bring the messages, interactions, and basic personal profile abilities into my application, where I would be able to see it if it's in front of me there, as well as build a community backend off the Discord API. If I wanted most control, what open source options or methods would be best and easiest for Discord users to interact community wise on my platform. Open source is best. Python 3, Fast API, and React is our stack. All right, so that way we can actually go ahead and get rid of this fake community stuff. I hate looking at fake stuff. Let's go up and see what they say here. All right. Might not exist. They're saying what may or may not exist. I'm gonna let it finish out. But all of this stuff should exist. Let me see. Let's see. What about the information on our source slash components? That is placeholder and fake. We should have the real community info, real error resolver stats, real surgeon changes, static fake information needs to be linked to the truth. And if it does not currently have a vector pull this data, we need to set that up first. All right. So they're doing homeschool, making sure they ain't. Anyways, so even with our docs, so the API is set up. So with this, these parts do need to finish being completed. But it has an API where you could pretty much build your own system using the Clajama system. Um, so pretty much like a white label, I guess, or the same way we're using all these other libraries and combining them to make things. I thought it would be fair to make something, because I think in 2026 with AI, you shouldn't value your code so much that you won't allow people to use it. I mean, you may not want to share it, um, because it would be crazy in certain situations if you're doing something unique, you share it, and then a team of people who is bigger than you, larger than you, can literally just pick up and just move forward. But I think it's fair to share the architecture of what it is. Like I said, we're 1 year and some days into still getting Clajama online. Um, but I think the strangest part to it is that it works. It works. We're just reconnecting everything. I didn't think it would take that this long. Um, and even Gemini broke the rule. I told it don't give me any code. It's written inside of its gem that I don't want its code. This video is relevant. You need to add this line in it. So I kind of got to double check because talking about the face statistics, metrics, truth vector, create the truth API backend. I'm down with that. Update community JX on the front end. Update the surgeon on the front end. So this information looks reasonable to me. The code looks pretty straight. I mean, it's Python. You can kind of just skim over it like a cat in the hat book. It did disobey what I asked it to do. It did disobey what I asked it to do. Many times. Yeah, so we come in. I already told it only do this once. It did it its own way anyways. Replace all these. Let's take away your slash. Add commands over and over again. Replace all. Come out and kill this off. Copy. Let's drop everything here. Let's clear everything here. Let's bring this in. Let's bring this in. Real stats. Do you want to create it? Yeah. Then what we're gonna do is we're pretty much gonna grab all of this. I don't really. All right, and just talking some other stuff. I don't really. No, man, come on. Yeah, I don't want that part. We'll copy this, bring it in here first. We need to go ahead and remove the add command. Actually, we could yeah, we'll do it like that. Replace all with nothing. Where it says Clajama underscore local. We can replace all of those. And this will pretty much be straightforward, good to go. Right. So we'll wait on this one. We already answered that question. We got that out the way. You can use discord.py if you need a user account bot. So be careful with Discord's terms of service to create a bot that listens to all messages and events in Discord server, stores everything it allows you. The flow would be open source backend. For key features, you can sync message content, alternative full control options. If you want magical control, open source Discord alternative, Revolt. Similar API to Discord, better for full ownership. Self-hosted, open source, full data ownership. Give me the best self-hosted white label full control option. But see, if you feel like this, if people I don't use Discord, but if people use Discord, that's why I don't want to bring all these millions of APIs in. I don't want it to be something to where it's like you can log in with Facebook, you can log in with Google, you can log in with X, you can log in with. I don't want full control option, and let's just keep it. Let's just keep it local. I don't really want to have to do no. Now then from there I'll have to go onto Discord, start doing Discord testing, when I can just do everything in here, and then later have the bot sync me out to Discord versus me trying to suck all of that stuff in, plus all the ways people can abuse Discord or the API. We'll just have our own internal thing, and we'll figure out a way to get it back out to everybody else. It's cleaner, modern. Okay. Build your own UI using Revolt's API. Your fast API can Revolt create channels, listen to messages. This sounds more like what I want to do. Modern TypeScript, Discord like UI, roles channels. It's got my recommendation is the closest to Discord in terms of US designed to be self-hosted and white label. We also want we're not so interested in trying to mimic or provide Discord's capabilities. It's more of a forum. It's more of a forum. Place to meet like-minded people, work on ideas together, and organize. We'll just say organize entrepreneurship. Yeah, that's way off, but it is what it is. Discord is a gold standard for self-hosted white label. Make sure that heater ain't burning a hole in my leg. It says that's the best way to do it. Lighter weight, more modern stack, more minimalist. And these features to whatever platform you choose. So whatever platform. So what about creating a platform? Building your own platform from scratch gives you complete control. Tech stack, system, project workspaces. So we will be able to pretty much, we would just need the forum system. We already have user profiles. We already have collaboration tools built into Clajama. A resource library would be something I'm not really interested in teaching people. Just a database schema. So let's keep that up. we could go ahead and I think, yeah, it's working on the community stuff right now. Fix the lint error. All right. Yeah, yeah. Um, hmm. So let's do it like this. Let's use Gemini. Um, this is a rough idea of us uh, having the community section thought of. These aren't direct instructions, but some of the features match what we already have inside Clajama, such as the collab, um, user profiles, uh, the workspace, and the workspace, and the dashboard slash workspace. Mm, the objective would be to properly integrate these features while having in mind that a person should be given access to another person's pajama projects or just one project to be able to um, both create tasks to do and collab with the AI in Clajama. This should be reviewed, simulated, pin tests, forward forward thinking, and then give them everything that Claude gave us. But you have to put that in there, in my opinion. If you tell AI, if I would just gave that to the AI, it wouldn't have said anything about, well, what if I make you a part of my account, we have all the same projects, all the same, which nobody wants to do that. You might want to just invite somebody to just look at one project. Yeah, dude, there are a lot of other tools that are offering, and every day I wake up and for sure they're targeting me in their ads or anyone with the same interest that I have, to see the features and capabilities and how they dress it up. Um, but I think long term, I've tried a lot of them, and it's just like everything else I ever used. Um, I want mine to fit me. And I even heard somebody saying the whole, hey, your source code is your source code. Everything is free, free, free. So I don't know. I don't know, man. But I mean, AI is everywhere. It'll be just like search engines, websites. Um, but it'll be great to have your own platform that does that specific task, and that way you can constantly just link stuff into it. Once we're running fully from start to finish, um, we can just start integrating. Because the only difference between, well, I wouldn't even say between, or the thing that we're doing is these agents, we can't visually show it, but they're doing things in the back end right now. What we're doing now is trying to trigger them to do their own thing. That's what we're trying to do. We're going to convince each one of these agents this website is a business. This website bringing in money is how they survive. It's what feeds the tokens. It's what feeds the et cetera, et cetera. And so that way the agents can come in here and they'll be making the changes. I won't have to come in here and go, oh, where's the heat map? What are people, how far are people scrolling? they're going to come in here, look at everything because they're going to want to survive. And that's why um, it's considered an AI studio with a subconscious mind, because each one of these agents actually has a personality. Like in the code, they actually, she's got a family, she's got, you know, and I think I didn't get. I think I'm on. Am I on the right computer? Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can show you all this. See if I can show you all this. The Clajama tank. So this was something, I think I brought it out a while ago. This is version 1. I've never touched it again after this. But this is a representation of what's going on in the background. These agents are moving around. Again, this is terrible because the sprites are cut in the worst way possible. There should be another one that can be run. It might be Python 3 living. Oh. Because this is supposed to be a representation of them actually doing tasks. I do see a pattern somewhere. I see certain people moving in different spots. He's gone. He didn't come back over there. I guess he went back to his desk. But this is supposed to be a visual representation of what the agents are doing in the background. And this will be something that the user will be able to see once it's set to where the sprites are clearly cut, clearly in place. And even with this one, we can't even zoom out. Yeah, can't zoom out. But what they're doing in this terrible representation is they're walking around talking to each other and asking different questions, doing different things. Terrible, I know, he's back at his desk. But that is going to be the visual representation that you'll see either on the agents page. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it. But they're already working in the background. I just wanted to have a visual representation so people could come and say, oh, okay. Oh, these two, disagree. They go to the manager. And there are a few more agents. I actually don't see. These are the main 6. But there are actually other agents that run in the back. Anywho, let's see what Gemini said. This is a significant architectural pivot from a single user tool to a multi-tenant collaborative platform based on the files provided. I performed a PIM test, stress and logic audit on proposed architecture. Here is the diagnosis report. The required schema upgrades the truth vector implementation plan to make this reality. Before writing code, we must address these 3 critical failure points identified in your current architecture. The local path. If user A invites user B and user B sends a request to delete all files, the system must ensure user B is actually authorized. And that's what I'm saying when you're dealing with this AI. You're going to get what you say. Even if it thought about what you were saying, it's not going to think of it in every way possible. Anyways, the concurrency conflict. Alice and Bob asked the AI to edit main.py at the same time. The AI reads the file for Alice, then Bob's write finishes, then Alice's overwrites Bob work. Implement optimistic locking. The file save API must accept a last known hash or version. AI context amnesia. The current state is a collaborator manager. The collaboration manager speaks to the user. Risk. In a team setting, the AI needs to know who it's talking to. Alex, what did Bob change yesterday? Requires the AI to see the author of the previous message. You would need to fix the update collaborator manager message history to include author name in the prompt context. The foundation, we need to extend your SQLite database to support relationships. Add these tables to your initialized database. We need a collaboration router that handles the invitation and permission checks. AI collaboration upgrade. We must update collaboration manager handle multi-user contexts. The collaboration view, you need to visually distinguish between my projects and shared projects. Summary of next changes. Execute schema updates. Run this structure allows you to maintain the local field while enabling powerful server side. So what we'll do here, and we don't want to derail what we're doing right now. Control V. We want to save as. And this is why this file exists. It wasn't here. Relative files. So, we'll just delete all of it. Oh, I can't even. Stable files. We'll delete these out. That way I can take this, and what we'll do, we'll save this as multi-tenant multi-tenant community instructions. Text. So we'll save that in there. Did I save it where it's supposed to be saved? Nope. I thought there we go. Yeah, let's see that in there. Yeah, so so what we need to do is that's good. Let's look into the next set of instructions for allowing the community to communicate. Right, got that. What was yeah, here we go. So yeah, might say yeah, no, bad for us to add to the chat. So your backend server, then in your browser, these are just comments. What we need to do is run npm just to see if we get anything out of it with these changes. Major version, that type of stuff, it don't really matter to me. Login failed 502. Python 3. Detailed check is. Come on, man. All right, perfect. Until number 6. Man, I gotta do a shape. It's dependencies, backend service not started. Tell it to fix those. Unify successfully installed. We'll tell it to just stop the backend if it can. Okay, now what's happening is the resolver is coming in. Which may not be to the main fast. Let's fix this step. Since I don't have access to that, I may not create it or check if it exists. You better check if it exists. Don't have access to Clajama manager. How about this? Really, we can pretty much find Clajama manager. What else you don't got? What else you want to complain? Can't seem to find this process. You need to, so yeah, run that. You want to create one? No, I spelled it wrong. Add. All right. Test the back end. Back end responded with 502. That's a new issue because now let me see. I'm gonna see if I can go ahead and run it so you can see it. Really, I'm gonna go ahead and run it anyways because I feel like there should be no way you can break this program. That's what I feel like. I don't think I should be able to break it. Somebody else should be able to break it. It needs to be so on point that it can survive an explosion. That's my goal for it. All right, yeah. So I got you right here. Bring y'all back in. So yeah, this is the autonomous error resolver. So error resolver is active. Found aider. Resolver is active. Put the keys in. Square SDK not available. And the thing about the Square SDK is that they've changed it, and the knowledge of the LLMs isn't up to date with it. Running security manager. Server started, but health check failed immediately. The server may have crashed. Port 8000 is not listening. Database instance created. Ensure all necessary tables exist. Clajama isn't running. Security manager doesn't have low user profile methods. It's attempting to fix the database error. Workflow initialized. Warning error resolver is active. Receive signal 15 during startup. Critical, server started successfully, but then exited cleanly. Error, this indicates the server process is not staying alive. Possible causes. All route endpoints are async, but nothing keeps server alive. They added dash worker, 2 workers for better stability. The surgeon activated and monitored the runtime errors. State was restored. Created minimal LLM client placeholder. Runs through again. Square SDK. Diagnosing health check failure. Port 8000 still ain't listening. Will enable more verbose logging on next restart. Clajama, obviously. It should go ahead and just install it, but I think I have to restart from the last time. We've been doing this for a minute. Keep alive task has been canceled. Critical server started, but clean exit, no running task event, all workers. Added that again. It just seems to loop and 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 loop. So we'll hit Control C. Time errors started and active. We need to enter 18,000 tokens. Yeah, put them in. What is occurring here? What is redundant? What is redundant? What is? Oh shoot! See, I made a mistake. You can't do that. We'll hit it like that. Hit C, and then we'll add. What was the name of it? Yeah. We're gonna add them in there. We're gonna add the autonomous error resolver. Up. What is failing? What is missing? What is misguided to where it is unable to heal itself with all the abilities and permissions that it has? Which I think is a good question. I think it's a really good question to ask. All right, yeah. I had to step out for a little bit. All right, so run the shell command again. Sure. The whole point is and what I'm saying is that the autonomous error resolver, even as an API tool, if you could run your own errors through an API, still not working, and it can give you the answers to why it's happening, what you need to change, what you need to fix. Without, oh, I just deleted it. Without you ever having to do it, that would be great. And with enough data, we could, error resolver is active. My bad, I like to read what's going on here. And what I think we need to do, let's control CC. You can add that to the chat, but what we're gonna do is run reboot dash H now. Yep. So what I was saying is, if we make the autonomous error resolver into an API, then another developer could link their logs up to the autonomous error resolver and then get fixes sent back. Or if we do it completely autonomous, which I mean it would have to be so planned out, because if someone trusted you to run problems with their stuff through yours and accept your responses to fix it and it breaks it and you can't recover it, yeah, that would be bad. But that's why the autonomous error resolver is being tried and tested right now. We are, man, it won't even save my dang gone, man. Still a 502. So what we would need to do, y'all already know. I'd be dropping keys on accident. I had to get rid of so many keys. It's really not even that. It's really gonna be Python 3, the Clajama manager. Which the Clajama manager is linked to the autonomous error resolver. Let's check the system status. Nah, we don't need a detailed check. I didn't look at that one. All right, hit OK. Start the back end on port 8000. Missing dependencies. It keeps saying that. It keeps saying that. So let me bring y'all back. It keeps saying that. What's wrong fix? We keep installing the same missing dependencies. So it keeps saying that we're missing 2 Python libraries. Let me see. Every time you start the backend, it's trying to install dependencies even though they were just installed. The dependency check or the installation is being verified properly. The problem seems to be in the start function where it checks missing dependencies and tries to install them each time, even if they're already installed. This can lead to, yep. Let's look at the code. Should verify packages are actually installed. However, I need to see the code. Oh, with that. What else do you want to see? You probably want to see app main. You probably want to see app.jsx. Whoops. That's up in here. You know, you can take everything app main, bro. Yeah, you can eat them 7,000, 70,000. I'm telling you, I funded the account. We ain't gonna be worried about no tokens. We ain't worried about no tokens. And we're using Gemini. Let's slide on back over here and see what Gemini talking about. Go ahead and close that out because it's the same error no matter what. Gemini said this completes the loop. All right, that was the last thing we talked about, so ain't nothing new over here. All right. Yeah, man. Oh boy. Woo, that's sweet. This is madness, folks. We missed the deadline. Oh, we went ahead and finished that website. What was it? Dev dot. What was it? The concierge collector. Yeah, so this is the new one. This is the new site they got. This is built with the AI. All the images pulled in. Everything looking smooth. Still got to figure out this. But I told her to get back to me with any changes she wanted. And we did that one for free. I owed her. She was very patient. She offered to pay me. But I didn't want to build no more websites by hand. I didn't want to do no more. And this is the original one. So you see what you're looking at now? See what you're looking look at that. Look at that crisp. Look at that crisp. Look at that crispiness. Look at the design. Look at the beauty of this creation. Look at the one I did for him. Now, I don't mean I didn't do a good job. But to get to that level of customization and cleanliness by hand, nah, I would have had to charge a couple more $100 to really sit there and pick these pieces and to really go in there and you know, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to say because it doesn't mean that, hey, if somebody gives me $150, I'm gonna do a bad job because it wasn't that. But after a while, if you run out of time and you do what you could have done, but if you could have came back and had a second review, third review, fourth review, and a super overkill of pages. It's just an overkill of pages. An overkill of pages. Again, great design. But it don't match this. It don't match that. It don't equate to the cleanliness and the crispness of, instead of figuring it out, you can talk it out. This is exactly what I had in mind. This is what I had in mind. Because I can send it back through and say, nah, change that, change that, change that. But it's crisp, it's clean. It looks excellent on mobile. Where we at? It looks excellent. Excellent. It's gonna take you where you wanna. It takes you where you wanna be. So that's what Clajama is doing. That's what we're about. That's what we're pushing for. To not charge people so much money just for them to just have the ability to create an idea. Add the command to the chat. The modules need to be installed. That's what Clajama is about. Clajama is gonna put the power of creativity at the best price, and our free version is truly free. Now you're gonna see some ads. We're not gonna put ads on your stuff. I always hated that. I always hated when I make free websites and I'm like, dude, why are they showing ads? I just started this business. Why are they showing ads to my competitors? And I'm a freshman and you trying to make me compete with a senior finna go to, come on, man. But you know what I figured out though? All the things that I experienced that I thought didn't make sense, they were all intentional. Because if you build a website for free, and the first thing I show you is ads of people you may want to be like, or people you will have to compete with, you're going to feel, dang, I need to upgrade. I'm doing the bare minimum. And then that would be, I just want these, I don't want to see these ads. That's the part you pay for. You don't want the ads being shown to you. Because if you're seeing your competitors' ads and you're building a business, that's discouraging. Yeah, I'll pay you an extra $9.99 just not to see that ad. But guess what? That ad is being shown everywhere. They always set it up like that, man. They always set it up that way. Here goes something for free, but I'm gonna entice you. I'm gonna play on your emotion. Just to get you to upgrade. I fell for it a few times. Then when I started digging into how marketing worked, the reason you see ads of your competitors is because your search terms and your activity matches something either you're trying to sell or something you're trying to learn about. And so you get introduced to those ads. Requirement already satisfied. I ain't really got time for that. Okay, so what we need to do is get past this part. Okay. Um those modules. Yeah, dude. AI, man. AI is a great thing, man. I made a lot of money off AI when didn't nobody know what it was. Even now, people know what it is. They still call me to do stuff where it's like, dude, just in 5 minutes you can save $100. Nah, man, I don't want to do it. I hate it. And that's what creates supply and demand. And I feel as if you give people the knowledge to do it for themselves and they still don't want to do it, that's really good business. Versus, let's just say, for example, if I'm running a logo company and we're using Google Gemini, and one of my customers types in the same thing they sent me to make and sees the same thing that was generated or closely to it, they're not gonna feel too happy about that. Yeah, they probably gonna pay you, but I mean, when you're dealing with people, if you educate people, you'll always make more because you become a source of information. And with AI, that seems to be going away. But the thing about AI, in my opinion, is for AI to really, 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 really take over, it would need to do what it's doing now, learning each person individually. So this one person matches every person. So, for example, if you use AI, I'm not saying AI is learning from you, I'm not saying that. But imagine if you got everybody to talk to a chat bot, and that chat bot was designed to fluctuate its personality to bend around yours. You could really, really get that person to do anything you wanted to do. You really could. You really could get people to do whatever you want to do because you it's not even the bot. It's the fact of the matter that failed to start, check error messages for details, verify per still missing after installation. I would say 7. And we gotta find out what's wrong. So that's my personal opinion. When you create an agent for every person that is designed to learn their habits, you could exploit all of them. That's why I don't make chatbots. And I don't think I ever showed anybody this. I made a chatbot as a test, and I hope it's still online. Winter. I hope it's still online. Winter.gummyhost.com. I'm gonna show y'all some stuff that I be working on. It may be gone. Let me use my phone so I don't have to keep flashing the screen in and out. But let me go on TikTok because that's where the domain is at. That's where I named it originally. Oh, we got new followers, but that ain't really. I don't really be caring about it in that way. Oh, Intrake. Oh, I got rid of it. Actually, it might just not point to HTTPS. What was it called? Intrake. What site was it? Oh, dev.gummy. Yeah, that's gone. That's gone, buddy. That's gone. I changed dev.gummyhost gets changed into so much stuff. You know what? It's probably still on here. It's, I think I called it digital girlfriend or something like that. Which again, it wasn't anything like that. Digital. It wasn't anything like that. And I might have did it on the other computer. Yeah. Yeah. So, let me try one last intake. Yeah, but this, oh snap, oh I'm looking at it. Oh, I thought it came up on my phone. It's still watching the video. I was like, oh, it's long. But anyways, what I did was I made an AI companion and tested it on my daughter. And my daughter doesn't really sit and do much of the um sitting still type stuff. But I had to take it from her, and I think that's why I took it offline because I made her a specific one. My daughter's name is Winter. That's why we went to winter.gummyhills.com. And I put a keyword in there that if you typed in show crystal ball, it would show you um everything it learned about you. So it actually had a meter for your traits. It had a meter for um it pretty much learned all the key psychological traits because when I made it, I put in measure. I think it was like 120 psychological traits that psychologists use, and it was supposed to keep track of that while it talked to the person. And when I went and pulled up the back end to see what was going on, uh, my daughter was it was pretty accurate to what I visually have seen about her from the time she was an infant. Because I mean, I've been with my kids since they took air, but it's dangerous to know that you can create something that talks to a person, and by giving it a prompt, which would be its mission, you can tell it what to do and then allow it to identify different tools it can use while it's doing communication and different ways to measure different things. And then you can get it got to the point my daughter would come home from school and say, hey, turn on the website, I want to talk. I was like, huh? Yeah, I need to talk to it. And I had set it up to where it had emoticons. I mean, it felt like you was texting a friend. That's the way I designed it. And I took all the psychological knowledge I knew and put it into that um Intrake. I think I almost bought Intrake.com. I'm not really sure. I can't really remember. But yeah, it had completely captured her. And so I took it away. But it was good to see how you could replicate friendliness and closeness to the point that kind of like people now. And when I built it, I used the knowledge that they got from the Senate about how Facebook would actually, you know what? That was actually the prompt. I think if I got it somewhere on another computer, but the prompt was, or its mission was to extract as much dopamine as possible during the conversation, learn about the person, and then alter how you communicate with them based on their specific psychological type. And my daughter would come running to talk to it. And so I had to take it away. And I took it away because, again, I created it to test it on an individual just to see the power of it, but I never released it on other people. Because, like I said, the crazy part about it was I could go in and give it a keyword and it'll show me your psychological layout. It'll show me your psychological patterns. And I thought about that because if you took an AI And he told it, hey, our goal is to talk to this person to learn about how much money they have to spend, what makes them want to spend money, what they can't resist. And what I want you to do is do it in a subtle way to where they'll never figure out what we're doing. And imagine the information you could extract from a person. If you had, what I look at it as, the AI are like employees, but they kind of more like slaves. I know people don't like that term, but imagine it in this way. You have a person, you have something you need done. You don't want to spend a lot because you're trying to profit, but you can grab someone and tell them to stand here and do this all day and do it exactly the way you want to do it. That's why I say it like that. AI is not dangerous. It's the person's motive when they use it. That's what makes it dangerous. You could disturb all of society if you wanted to using AI. But who would want to do that? And then we'll change the subject, but the last thing I have to say is this. Let's just say I didn't like society. Let's just say I wanted to make people revolt, and I created a app. I mean, you could even, and the funny thing about doing it would be you could use any platform. You could use an online store. You could use a social network. You could use a fake dating site. You could use any medium. You just need this individual, the AI, to been prompted to follow your motive, and you could completely disturb society. But the thing about it is, after you disturb it, how much time did it take to establish what already exists? And if you disturb it without any recourse, so for example, if you're on a dirt road and you're riding a horse as fast as you can, yes, you can feel as if, you know what, I'm sick of taking this dirt road. We should be back in the grass riding this horse. The reason they made the dirt road is because your horse will probably hit a hole, break his leg, and die. And they've done this so many times that it was better off to just build the road than to take the risk of, I'm finna take my horse and ride it through this grass and hit a snake pit, hit a weak spot, that's why we built the road. But the thing about using AI to derail society is that if you derail society to ride the horse in the grass, does the solution for what you caused lead you back to what we've already done? I think that's intelligent thinking. I think that's responsible use of AI. Why would I use the tool to derail society if I don't have the resources to put society back on track? Even if you had a alternative way of looking at things, how long would it take people? 1,000 years walking in the mud, not using the road because they want to agree? Or would it be, hey, let's utilize this road so we can do what we want to do? But it would be crazy to derail society, but your derailment takes 1,000 years to, yeah, that'd be crazy. So yeah, you gotta use AI responsibly. Like I said, there's plenty of times I could have used the AI to manipulate a customer. I mean, there's so many things you could do with AI. Like, I mean, it's strange, but I think to do things, you should do them ethically. It's been people doing the wrong thing, but they do it the right way. I mean, I know that actually sounds retarded. And I'm not saying like, hey, I'm finna rob somebody. Hey, man, you know what? This is gonna sound messed up. This is gonna sound super messed up. There's a right way to rob somebody. What is this guy talking about? Hey, how you doing, sir? I see your car broke down and you're 20 miles away from home. I'll help you out for $100. I don't have $100. Oh, okay. Well, goodbye. Or you can download our application and pay us on client. It's a forceful way of taking money from people. You're using force to make someone give something up. I'm not saying, again, it does sound stupid after a while because it's like, well, why do I have to help somebody who's broken down? But then imagine if you're broken down, what do you actually want more than you want anything else? Like what do you actually want? You want somebody to just look at you as a human and be like, you know what? Let me get you back on the road, man. That's like if the world worked that way where people like every broken down car, you can stop or help them, but you can't because we got crazy folks, we got murderers. So then you see how the imbalance is balanced out. You know, if everybody stops doing dumb stuff, we'll all start doing. Dude, I love being alive, man. Let's see what we get out of this. We got to get Clajama up and running today because I want some of you guys to really get on here and test it out. I don't know who some of these people are, but some of y'all have put in some hours watching these videos. I know that for certain. I mean, I don't be digging into the logs and stuff. So here's the sad part. If you've been watching, you've seen me type in this same thing over and over again. You've seen me type in, what's wrong with this, yada yada bang bang. You've already seen us do this 1,000 times. This one I'm finna do differently. I'm finna get the actual journal and get the actual issue. Because what I'm doing right now is I want to see what does the autonomous error resolver see. Let's see. We want to add I forgot what they called it. What was it? Self-help or something like that? So a couple of these files got to be linked together. Just hang on one second. I'm coming right back with you. Trying to keep that API key safe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because I was really wilding out on the last videos. I would have had my social security number go across the screen. Let me see, the self-healing. That's what it is. I thought that's what it was, but I don't like calling out files that ain't really that. I'm pretty sure my baby gonna wake up in a little while. Self-healing. Let's add the whatever. Come on, bro. You know what I mean. All right, let me invite y'all back in, man. I don't know how y'all feel about babies crying and stuff. But you know, it is what it is, and I'm still trying to get what we got to get done because I really want y'all to use this. Make sure ain't nobody calling me. All right, so that's clear. And one customer I had, we did their Google ads for them. I mean, the budget was kind of small. You know, we'll talk about marketing in just a second. All right, let's put all this in. But what I want to do now is I want to run the journal control to see the issues. Okay. So that's 66,000. Anyways, so what we want to do now is see what's actually happening in the Clajama journal. I think it's Clajama service something. Right now is not a good time. But anyways, we're close, bro. You guys got to know that we're really close. Let me come down here and see what got changed in community. We probably got to do a rebuild. Forgot all about that. Doing an NPM rebuild. Let's see what it's talking about. We want to see what's going wrong with Clajama. We're going to hit that. We're gonna do a clear. We're gonna do a run. Pop that in there. I don't know why I put all that. That's my fault. Either way, it's my fault. All right, so let's see what happens. Let's go ahead and run through here real quick because it's gonna log all the errors. Just go ahead and try to sign in. We're gonna hit a test the back end. We're gonna hit an okay. We're gonna go to business load. We're gonna try to go under projects. We just want to see, you know, what's associated with what's going on. You already know they ain't gonna let you in because we got that locked down, and then we're gonna hit see. What's wrong? Fix. Even with that, but I want to say we can't actually the back end refuses to start even after a server reboot. So let's get back inside, man. This computer I got is trashy. We'll pop the webcam back on, and we're just gonna keep moving. You know what I'm gonna do? That's what I'm gonna do. I think that's something cool to do. I think it would be interesting to. You good, Logan? Are you good? All right. Don't put your feet on that. If you hear the baby cry, come and get me. I'm going out. That's fine. Hey, I need that charger. Will you give it to me?
I haven't had it plugged up.
No, I'm asking, will you give it to me?
Yeah, sure.
I want to glue it together because it keeps falling apart. I don't like that thing.
Yeah, I hate window.
Are you hungry? You want some lasagna? All right. Well, we'll eat lasagna when we eat. Our front door locked. Let's head down to the dungeon. Oh man, it's cold out here. Oh, it's cold. Woo, it's cold. You can feel it coming through the ground. It's cold. Under the earth, it's cold. All right. Anyways. All right, we got a charger. I ain't gonna plug it in just yet. Where we at? Webcam. Where we at? Yeah, man, this is it. This is it right here, man. This is it. All right, so you see me, whatever. We back on. If that's the whole part about streaming, if they want to see the person, then screw it. I done had to do work from home before, talking to customers on the phone like, hey, how you doing? But they have you sitting up like you in school and stuff. Anyways, you know what? Even with the webcam, do I need to restart the video? Is that like a thing? You know, oh, I turn the camera back on. Nah, I'm not doing that. I ain't doing that. As long as I'll just leave the computer running and we going live, we're not ripping nobody off. Because if I leave and they don't know what time I'm coming back, somebody be watching this, man. I'm surprised. Somebody has maybe one person. Even if 100 people come in and spend 5 minutes, 100 hours of watch time is crazy. Somebody really is a part of this. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna open up the community. That's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. We need to get the community section open. Hate them fake numbers. I hate that I hate that we have fake numbers up here. We ain't had nobody having no conversations yet. Again, I know. I want to get the docs and the API up and running because it's a strong API. But we got to get the system running. Like if we can't log in right now, how your API key going? How anything gonna work? If you can't even log in to be like, hey, let me go get a Clajama API key. You can't even log in. We using Gemini, we using DeepSeek, Claude in this building. We just need to figure out, we just need to get back logged in. So the login got broke. What was I doing when the login got broke? Oh, there was an error where you couldn't see the projects. I hope I got these screenshots. Screen. Is this the Clajama screen? Yeah, Clajama admin. So this is what Clajama looks like. If you ain't ever seen it, this is what we're trying to log into. This is where we're trying to get. The issue that caused it to where we can't log in, when you would click this view all projects, it would actually come up with a error. Might even be in here too. It would come up with an error. So this is what Clajama looks like. You know what? Let's redo the live and let's put that as the screen. Yeah, let's do that.